Oh, this wind is so strong today. We've got gusts up to 45. Scotty's taking the post out that we put the little fence around the garden. We are actually taking that garden out because our driveway is going to be going through there. The rabbits came in and got some of the onions. We harvested some of them, and we harvested some of our garlic. The garlic's small, but it's still really good. We had one garlic that was left, and Paul, our friend, ended up seeing the rabbit come get it and run off. So rabbit got the last thing out of that little garden. Next year, maybe we'll do a garden somewhere else. We're not going to try now. It's just way too late, and we're going to be taken off. So maybe next year we'll do raised beds. Just a little bit easier. All right, I think Scotty's just about done with that. He's leveled it out. Yay, looking good. Well, I didn't show you guys this because I think I've already done stir fry for you guys before. This is just broccoli and some red pepper, some onion. I've got some mushroom in here, some broccoli, I don't know if I said that, celery, onion, and cashews, roasted, and some ginger. And of course, I do my regular soy. I ran out of my Bragg's, so I'm down to just regular soy. Some vinegar, rice vinegar, a little bit of maple, and my oyster sauce, and this, mix it all up, pour it in there, and I'll probably put some sesame seeds on here, egg of udon, and serve it that way. Super yummy. Alright guys, we are ready to roll. If you guys didn't watch the last video of the ER fiasco, and Scotty being a comedian in the ER.
A little bit of altitude adjustment.
Yeah, so we are heading out. We're going to actually be in higher altitude. We'll see how it goes. We're heading into Flagstaff.
Yep.
Get some medication, and hopefully that will help me.
And hopefully cooler weather too.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, go back to the next video. So today is Sunday.
Yeah.
You may not see this until Monday or Tuesday, so it was a Sunday video that we put out. We put it out this morning, right?
We spent Friday almost 9 hours in the ER.
Yeah. So, and then you'll know what we're talking about. Anyways, we're gonna go meet up with. I know.
Well, let's move on up. Ready to get out of here.
Yeah, it's hot in here. We just shut down all the windows. Okay, so we're gonna go meet up with Aja, Jeff, Jen and Jason, Bruce, Jimmy, and Nicole, and our friend Nicole.
Yeah,
so
she just got here.
Anyways, and I want to thank you guys all for. We get everything. Hang on, guys. We gotta do one check. Oh, I gotta pull the slides in. I'll get back to you guys in just a minute. All right, Scotty's out finishing hooking the truck up. I had to go water a couple plants that just took everything out of me that I had. So, oh, there's a dust storm. it's really windy today, and it's exceptionally hot. So the one reason that we're going where we're going is that, one, I got to pick up my meds like Scotty said. I think he said that, or I did. And where they all are camped out is cooler. It's about, I don't know what Aja was, I don't know if she even told me the degrees, the difference in degrees, but I know it is cooler there, so that will be nice. And then we'll be close to Flagstaff, and we'll be able to go get a few things done that we need to get done.
We have not been to Flagstaff since we've been back.
Well,
other than the other day.
ER. That was it. Okay, so we are heading out, and that's where we'll be. Golly, I don't know if you guys are seeing a bunch of dirt. Hang on, I'm gonna clean my camera here. Wow, that might have been really. I don't know. It might still be dirty. Anyways, I'm done filming until we get down the road, because you guys know this road is super bumpy, and
40 minutes of 3 miles.
Oh,
I thought it was 5 miles, but everybody said
this is
3
what I
miles.
was going to say when we were in the trailer and Scott wanted to get going because it was getting hot. We had everything shut up. Thank you guys very much. Everybody who has given me advice or good wishes and prayers, thank you guys very much. I appreciate them all. And I am looking into a couple of the things that people have said because it makes a lot of sense. So,
You're an investigator, that's a fact.
I am an investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get you fixed up.
It took me a while to go to the ER because I was trying to self-diagnose myself.
Leave it to YouTube and the internet. I can fix myself.
It's not all that. It's even Aja said, why are you not going? You need to go. And I was like, oh, I get kind of stubborn that way. And Scotty told her that too. I don't like to inconvenience people, so we got in the car from the ER and I was like, I'm really sorry. And Scott's like, don't be sorry. I'm glad we know now.
I feel better.
Nothing is wrong. It's just high altitude with your kidneys. So, all right.
Nothing like a thorough checkup.
Dr. Proctor. Nope, didn't have that.
All right, let's hit the road.
We forgot one thing.
All our double checking. We forgot the fridgey. I don't like to travel with the fridge going and the propane running, so
Yeah.
kind of shut her down. We only went up 2 blocks, so.
All right. All good?
All good.
All right.
Ready to go down this road.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys. I'll turn it back on when we get on 180 because that we haven't taken you guys up 180. It's unfortunately they've had some fires up there, but we haven't taken you guys up that way. I know if you watch the other videos of everybody else that travels, I know you've probably been on there with them, but with us you haven't. So, all right, we'll see you guys on 180.
180 bound.
180 to Flag. Uh-oh, I gotta roll up my window. Go up the window.
Well, that's a powerful one.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh, not fun when you got the fifth wheel, but it's the way it is today. That's a little place that we've never checked out. Maybe sometime we'll have to go check it out. Here's some little Airbnbs, I think. Grand Canyon Outpost. Looks like a nice little area. You sightseeing, huh, girl? Loves to travel. Well, everybody else left yesterday. A better day for, oh, hang on, guys, I got an alarm going off. A better day for the winds were calmer. Today, however, a little bit more. It's just the way it is.
See where we're heading, up into the mountains.
Yeah, it is pretty windy. All we can do is pray that we get there okay. You can see out here how many people are in their trailers out here. There's a lot of people that stay in trailers. Punky, just a minute. Let me put my water away.
A lot of boondocking.
Don't.
But here to the left, they're running power, so
Yeah. You see the power poles there?
Yeah.
One?
somebody's going to benefit if you want power.
What is it, baby girl? What is it? Don't hit that. That's where my IV was. Don't hit that. I already hit it once, please. All right. Yeah, lots of people. This side over here seems to be where a lot of trailers are. A lot of people. You think I'm talking to you, huh? She's very curious what I'm saying. I wanted to answer a few questions for you guys. People are asking us about our property at home. Do we still have it? Why aren't we there? And did we go there when we were in Washington? We did go to our property when we were in Washington. We still have it. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay there because we didn't have our fifth wheel with us. And we have bear on our property. And we have lots and lots of deer, which I'm not worried about the deer. But the bear, there was bear scat there, and they do frequent our property. Punky.
It's okay, babies.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
her
What?
15 minutes of doing this, and then she'll take a nap.
No, honey, that is, please don't. That's where my IV was. Don't do that. Come here. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm going to put you guys down for a minute. I'm going to see if I can give her some water. You want that? I tried to give you food already. You didn't want that. You want water? No? No water. Come on, have some water. Okay, hang on. She might want to just sightsee some more. You can sit over here. Come on. Come on. Alright, I gotta give her some attention. Okay, we're gonna try this. Let's see. I tried it once, but she didn't want it. Oh, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. Do you want it now? Oh, I'm gonna have it. Here, I'm gonna put it in your bed. This is usually what I do. I hide it in her bed for her, and then she likes to. There you go. You hide it yourself, and then you'll find it. So she gets like that when we're on a trip or when we're driving. She likes to have my attention for the first 15 minutes?
15, 20 minutes, and then she's like, okay, all's good, happy time.
Yeah, maybe she just wanted, she has food insecurity, so she might have just wanted some food there. There you go, girl. There you go. Good girl. He's so cute. Okay, so I was telling you guys about the property. So, what was I saying?
We have it, we visited it,
yeah.
Decided to have a garden down here in Arizona.
Plus, I wanted to be back here in May for my birthday. I wanted to spend it with my friends, and I did that. Plus, we just didn't have our home with us, so that's why we just didn't stay there. And then somebody wanted to know if we bought property in Arizona. No, Waja has graciously told us that we could do what we want to do on that little area that we have, which is actually big. So, we could either put a garden in or we could put a little shed. We could do she said we could do what we want to do. She trusts us. She knows, what our style and stuff. She's not charging us, so I wanted to know if we were renting a spot from her. No, we're not. She knows she could go to our property and do what she wants, and she's letting us do what we want on her property. So that's it. We do still have our property. We just
next summer we're going back.
Yeah, somebody said, since I'm not dealing with altitude very well, they said, well, why don't you go back to your property? Well, did it cost about $500 to go there and $500 to come back?
In just the truck.
Yeah, just the truck. That's not pulling the fifth wheel, which it would be a lot more. Yeah. So that is just not in the budget for us. But maybe next year, we don't know. We never know what's going to happen down the road. So we that property that we bought at the ocean, really, we had some plans, and the more we thought about it, we were like, nah, we don't want to build a house because the taxes are just it's astronomical. I mean, they're so expensive to have a house there. And then one of the other reasons we bought there at the ocean was that it's a really good investment, and we wanted to make sure that our house money was put back away somewhere. So that's why we bought there. But we may eventually look for different properties somewhere else, not in Arizona. Aja's got that, so.
And Eric has it too. We'll go hang out at Eric's place.
Eric has property as well, so we're covered on Arizona property. It would be nice to have somewhere. We wouldn't be able to fit everybody on our property at the ocean. Oh, Punky, you want more food? Hang on. So we've actually talked about maybe buying property, a larger spot. Within how many radius were you saying of Arizona? So
like in the middle up there, between here and Washington somewhere.
Yeah, so we don't have to go so we don't have to go all the way back to Washington to, hang out on our property, but something that's within driving, just a couple days instead of a long trip to Washington.
700 miles either way, kind of.
Because if we want to go back home and hang out, we can go to my mom's house and hang out. We just, you know, have to find somewhere to put the trailer. But anyways.
Well, my buddy did say I could park on his property.
Oh, that's true. Braven and Joanne told us we could bring our fifth wheel out there. So
they would probably get annoyed with me real quick.
I doubt it. All right, so that's the lowdown, guys. That's hope that answers your questions about our property. We get asked that all the time. And
it just wasn't in the books this year for doing that.
No.
I mean, we went up there in hindsight, yeah, maybe we should have held it, brought the trailer up and everything, but we really did want to bring the tractor back, so we had, you know, we could work on Ozzy's place. Tractor doesn't do me any good up in Washington on my property, so.
No.
And I'm having fun.
Our property up there is just too small. We can do everything by hand.
And it's all sand.
Yeah, easy digging. All right. I think we probably have another half an hour to go. So if I see anything, I'll let you guys know.
Up to the mountains. All right, so we're just getting into the Coconino National Forest. Free camping. I can feel we're going up in elevation, though.
Oh, yeah.
Still some snow up there. And you can tell when you hit the forest, too, because the speed limit changes.
You know when you're in high elevation because there's aspen.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
yet. We haven't hit high yet. So, you know, high elevation is so weird because it can either affect you real quick or it can affect you like 3 weeks later. It's the weirdest thing. And some people don't have problems with it at all. And some people have a lot, like me.
I find myself gasping now and then.
Oh, yeah, you guys are going to start seeing, babe, can you do the windshield at all? Sure. Thank you. Maybe a little bit better. So you're going to start seeing where the forest caught on fire. You'll also see where they've done some prescribed burns as well. But you can see out here, forest, the trees are gone. Well, they're not gone, but there's no green on them. They're burnt.
But you can go harvest that for a fee, and for firewood or building or whatever.
Yeah, you have to have a permit.
Yeah.
You can't just come out here and do it without...
And I want to say it's like $40 and get 4 cords, so it's a heck of a deal. You just have to be able to get to it.
Yeah, if you watch Aja's videos, she's showing you guys the wood that she has gotten. She's doing her fence and she's done other projects. Don't worry, guys. She's already had food and water. She did this a little bit ago, and all she wanted to do was go by the window. Come on, come on. You come over here and sightsee if you want to. Come on. She wants to sit in my lap, actually. Oh, this is so sad.
Missed some of the trees and then went, you know.
Yeah.
But fire
jumps.
is, yeah.
It jumps.
Temperature's slowly going down. It's 85.
Thank goodness.
And what was it back there? 91?
91 or 92. I can't remember.
So 10 degrees makes a world of difference out here, and finding some shade.
Oh, it's nice to see the trees, though. We came this way on the way to the hospital, but I wasn't too excited about seeing anything at that point.
No.
I just wanted to get to the hospital. We're definitely climbing. This is really pretty through here. Sorry about the dirty windows, guys, but it's just a big valley. There are people who live out here. And I think right past these homes, I always see signs. And I think way out there in the woods that there's maybe camping out there as well. We've never stopped to see what this is. 514 National Forest, that away, where that is, but there might be camping out that way. I don't know. We've never really explored this area for camping.
Nope, just gone to cinders.
Yeah, maybe sometime we will. Well, we're gonna camp obviously around here, but as far as all the places to camp, we might check it out. She was tired. That's what her problem was.
She has her 20 minutes of what's up.
She's tired. She yawned, and then I put her little blanket over her. She calmed right down. She's just like a little child. Are you like a little baby? Huh?
I am a baby.
Scotty said she was acting that way because she doesn't like it when I'm on the camera talking. She wants my full attention.
Who's the baby? Who's the baby?
Not Punkin. I was telling somebody, I don't even know who it was, but I was telling them about how we got Punkin. Huh.
Yeah, who was it we were talking
I don't know. So I don't know if you guys, I don't know if we've ever told you guys, but she's had 3 other families before us. She had a family for 5 years. They had to surrender her because they were moving, couldn't take her. Probably maybe military. Scotty was maybe thinking in Yuma. And then she had another family that adopted her. They returned her and said she had too many problems. Then she had foster parents, and the day that we had gone in, now mind you, I'd been praying for 2 years for a dog, like a long time. And I would look in the newspapers at, like, you know, free dogs and this and that, and I just never, I'd find one and I'd say, oh, let's go look, and then I'd go, no, I better not yet. Just ain't the right time. There's the aspen, so pretty. Love those trees. And then, so then her foster parents surrendered her, and the day that Dave told Scotty, hey, let's go to the Humane Society. Teri might be able to find a puppy there. And Scotty was like, oh, thanks, Dave. You're great.
Thanks, Dave. I'm still saying that. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, you love her so much. You're full of it. And then, okay, then we got in there and we looked at every puppy, every single one of them.
Not puppies, but dogs.
Not puppies,
Yeah.
any dog. I didn't have a preference whether it was a baby, puppy, or if it was, a senior and just had maybe, a few more months. I had no preference. I prayed about it, and I figured God would put me with the right animal if that was what was going to happen that day. And we got ready to walk out, and in came Punkin. She had just been returned that day from her foster family. They said she had too many problems. And then, so I stopped and I said, oh, well, what about her? And she said, well, she's got problems. That's all we kept hearing. Like, she's got problems. And then I took her out. And of course I said, well, how does she walk on a leash? Because I wanted to be able to walk with a puppy or a dog. And she did okay. She did fine. She was showing off for Mama. She was showing off for Mommy.
You might want to check where we're going. I don't really.
Oh, okay. I have the map on.
Oh, okay.
So
It'll
tell us.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then I took her for a little walk, and then we went back, and Scott and Dave's RV Life, they were sitting in a little area where we could, play with her, or, just see how she would react to us. Didn't take long, and I was like, yeah, she's going home with me. I didn't care about her problems. I didn't even ask what her problems were, honestly. And then when I went to sign all the papers, the lady said, you have 3 days to return her. She's got a lot of problems. And once again, I didn't even ask what the problems were. Didn't care. So her problems are she piddles when we leave. That's the only time, usually. Or if she's trying to get our attention and we're not paying attention, she may, but very rarely. And then she doesn't like being on a leash, and she cries sometimes. She yelps a lot, but there's absolutely no reason to not keep her. I think she went back just so I could get her. All those times.
And I tried to because it was $50 to adopt her, and they said, well, if you come back in 2 days, it's $25. And I'm like, hey, babe, we
yeah.
come back for 2 days for save $25.
And what did I say?
No way. in the
No
world.
way. No. So that's how we got Punkin, you guys. It was a blessing. And we love her, and she's never going to leave our family. She's got her forever home. I don't know if I told you guys that before, but somebody asked about it. So that's how we got her. And yes, she'll never, I don't care about her problems.
I got more
matter.
problems than the dog does.
Me too. All of her little problems are, you know, well, her little yelping, and she has food aggression. The first family she had, she was raised with a German Shepherd Pit mix, and maybe he ate all her food all the time. So she's very aggressive, not aggressive, but she protects her food. She protects her house. So, all right.
And the first thing she does is she gets up in the morning, she gets off the bed, she goes down, she looks at her food, looks at her water, then she's like, okay, everything's good.
She doesn't eat any.
No.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Forest Service Road 9008L.
Okay, this is going to be a bumpy road in about a third of a mile, Aj said. Very, very rocky, but she says it's doable.
Is
Now
the road
nobody...
right here coming up?
hang on, guys. Alright, Aj just said it's really rocky. Now nobody else has a fifth wheel in our group, so they don't feel what we feel. So she didn't say if it was as bad as her road or, you know. Oh. And they did, like I said, prescribed burns here. But the area that they're in, it's rocky. Really nothing more than, well, maybe it is a little bit more than Aja's. That's a big drop. You see it? Okay, I didn't know.
I didn't realize it was that big of a bumpity thump, but I can see my side. Can you see your side?
I see mine. Mine's way up. So what we're doing is that we have to be very careful of the articulation of the fifth wheel. Nobody else has to worry about that, but we do. So it makes a difference where we go. Although we haven't had any problems going places.
No, let me just check everything out real quick.
Okay. Just gonna stop and just check everything out. Oh, I can smell the burn. I'm sure that's been a while since they did that, but this smells like fire here. Poor Scott. He thought we were clear of bumpy roads. I can see though that it does get better up here. Oh man, it's like Boulder City. Alright, I think we made it through the worst part. I said about a third in. But that, I'll tell you what, that's about as bad as Scotty and I ever want to do with the fifth wheel. I do like being in the trees though. Wish it wasn't all burnt though. That's for sure. I don't know, babe. There's like really burnt trees in here. Okay, wait. Let me look at the map.